This is a Yellow Duck Audio production.
Hello and welcome to the Huddersfield University Podcast Society podcast.
Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking...
Girl, not James Charles.
Hello and welcome to the Huddersfield Podcast Society's podcast, and we are talking today about non-Western feminism, but we're firstly going to start off with a really weird question just to lighten things up, so...
Yeah.
What's the weird question?
The weird question is, what is your weirdest food combination?
Go.
I've not got one personally, from the top of my head, I can't think of one right now, but one of my family members likes to have, I kid you not, cheese and onion crisps dipped in tea.
Oh.
And she likes how that tastes, and apparently it tastes really nice.
Does it like make the tea taste like...
No, it
flavouring?
makes the... I don't know, it's like the... This is going to sound so disgusting, but like the sogginess of the crisp. It tastes like tea, doesn't it? So it's like sweet.
Yeah. Sweet cheese.
Oh.
Sweet cheese
And
and onion
onion.
crisps, yeah.
That's kind
I tried it with ready salted and I was like, it's not bad.
But ready salted sometimes tastes like fart. So
No,
like...
what ready salted are you tasting?
No, you know what I
of...
mean?
like chips in milkshake. Is that not...
Oh yeah, chips and milkshake.
Chips and milkshakes.
Oh, you know what I used to do at McDonald's? I used to get like the little ketchup cup things. I used to put ketchup in it and put milkshake in it and mix it and dip my chips in it. It's really nice.
I don't
Actually,
know how
really
I feel
nice.
about
I haven't done it in a long time.
milkshake and ketchup.
I don't, yeah, I'm
That's a bit...
lactose.
That's a bit...
It's what I would say.
Should we get started then?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Where do we want to start on non-Western feminism? So I'm going to ask the first one from the list of points we have. How is Islam different to modern feminism?
First of all, if there's a lot of like debate, I guess, like between like Muslims, like whether or not you're feminist or not. I personally am not a feminist, but I go by my religion and the rights that I have in my religion. So, like, abortion is allowed, like, with reason,
Yeah.
with like certain reason. You can't just have it because whoopsies, accident. Do you know what I mean? Like, it has to be like a certain like health reason. Money, your money is your own. Your husband's money is also yours. You have to have a dowry from your husband. That is just the thing. Like, you can ask for whatever you want, absolutely anything. Women have the right to property, business, education. The first university was actually invented by a Muslim woman.
Yep.
Yeah, but like women have a very, very high status in Islam. Like if you have 3 daughters, it's kind of like a really, really big blessing, and your daughters kind of like hold the key to go into heaven.
Yeah, so like I think it's fathers, yeah. And then when you become a mother, heaven lies under your feet.
Yeah.
So it's like there's symbols of heaven, there's symbols of great virtue for women in Islam. And I think for me personally, it's more of like there's so much of Western feminism that is toxic that we don't even realise how toxic it is.
Yeah, completely.
And I think Islam gives you that gateway just to see how, you don't have to be... I think feminism as the label itself is corrupted.
Oh, completely, yeah.
Because if I was to go into a seminar now or a lecture and be like, I'm not a feminist, I'd get looks.
I
would get looks.
It's ridiculous.
And I think people just associate with, you're a woman, so you have to be a feminist.
I know, yeah, that's the thing with feminism. Like, I don't understand why you get told by feminists, oh, you have to be a feminist. Like, why are you getting looks from feminists who... Even though feminism, what is it? Like, you have to like everyone, equal rights for everyone. Why are you not giving me the same treatment then as you would a feminist? That's not feminism, love. I don't think you're a feminist then.
I think Western feminism is very contradictory.
Yeah, and
like I think, obviously as Western women, I think we look at some women and we're like, yeah, they're feminists, they get to be feminists.
Yeah.
And then we look at others and we're like, well, they can't be feminists, they don't align with our values.
So it works both ways.
It's like
yeah,
a
exactly.
checklist of what you need to look like, what you need to be, your values and everything. It's not...
I think that if feminism was, I guess, customised to everyone, everyone could be a feminist, but it isn't. A lot of people hold feminism as one thing and they cannot shift out of that, and they don't think that feminism is also that every woman gets to have her own opinion, gets to have her own choice on what she believes in.
Yeah.
And you're oppressing women by saying you shouldn't believe in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up that point about what is feminism, sort of, you're kind of categorising who can be a feminist and who can't be, because it kind of goes both ways. We have to explain ourselves why we still want the best for women despite not being a feminist, because we're religious.
Exactly.
And then you have to sort of scour out who can and can't. Not you, sorry, but
I get
Western feminism.
Obviously, yeah.
The other side, the Western feminists have to scour out who can and can't be, because you're religious, so you must be traditional, you must want to be oppressed. And that's a big misconception about women in any religion, I think, mostly in Islam, because Western media is not really on our side for some odd reason, which we will come to that in a minute, because I have a theory. But like generally speaking, it's very much like question and answer. People don't ask questions because they just assume, they just pre-assume.
The assumptions. It's not, you have to do your research. I think if you're gonna like talk about all that stuff, you have to do your research on it. You can't just be like, oh no, you're cultural, you can't be a feminist, you know, you're going by your own values. Yeah, I am, but like, do you know why? Do you know the reasoning behind it? Or are you just gonna come out and say that because you're just like looking at your little Instagram reels and everything, you're just gonna see that I'm oppressed? Like, for example, what is it, Iraq? They're changing the legal, they're changing the legal age to 9 years old. To 9 years old, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's Islam because Aisha married Muhammad. No, he didn't. What you know about? Did you do your research?
And we actually did we're doing graphic novels now in creative writing, and there was a comic by an Iranian writer, and it was about the first Iranian revolution, where the West got this man who happened to be Muslim and basically said, you are the new leader of Iran. And they made this massive revolution because the laws changed, women were forced to wear the hijab, women were forced to wear the niqab, and our lecturer, Iona, asked, how does this make you feel? And I was like, honestly, it really winds me up, because I know from reading it, people are going to think, oh, that's classic Islam, that. Yeah. Women are oppressed, that's classic. But that's why I always say to people, like, make most of having Muslim friends, make most of having religious friends, ask them questions. Yeah. It's the same with my feminist friends. I always say to them, don't you think that it's a bit unfair that you think your body is your own, but is it really? Because you're complying to society. Society wants women to feel...
Exactly, yeah.
Beauty standards.
Yeah. What do you think about, like... Society wants you to feel like that woman over there is prettier than you because she's got everything hanging out. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, exactly. Like, as someone who doesn't have, like a ideal body type, I don't feel like my body's my own. I feel like it's everyone else's, because I dress for myself and I make sure I try my best to dress for myself, but there is always a part of your brain that dresses for other people.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't dress for men.
No,
I couldn't give
not at
less
all.
of a shit. I dress for other women.
Yeah.
And I know I do that.
I know, it's just like, it's so sad that we have to, it's not even for men anymore, it's just like we have to present ourselves in a way that other women wouldn't put us down and other women won't like attack us for it, and it's like,
exactly.
well, if you're a so-called feminist, then why would I have to feel like this way? It's not
and that's what I mean. It's such an unstable circle of women turning. It's not even women turning against women or women turning against men. It's just the society we're in now. People have this view of women, that women, it's your free body, it's your free will, it's your choice. But these things are getting thwarted in front of our eyes, and it's getting thwarted on social media. You'll open Instagram now and there'll be a model on there showing herself off. And I'm not saying there's anything against that, but the product of that over and over again. Exactly. And that's why these barriers are created, and that's
it's literally in our religion as well. Like, you see online, Muslim women in niqab and everything, shaming other women for not wearing hijab, for not doing niqab, for not covering up properly. Like, who are you to do that? It's not...
Literally, like...
Did God give you that right? Did he say you couldn't say that? That's not fair.
And that's what people misconceive. That's what people have a misconception of as well, is if a non-understanding, non-Muslim woman was sat in here with us now having this conversation, they'd be like, well, who are you to start saying that I can't dress in that top or whatever? And it's like, no, you I don't wear the headscarf, you don't wear the headscarf. There's things that we need to do as Muslim women, and in no way, shape or form can we judge anyone for what they do. It's just a corruption in society of people not understanding where religious people come from. And we have genuine rights. And it's not even just about religious women. I could say that I have times where I'm just like thinking about it and I'm like, oh my God, but non-religious people are like this. So I'm not saying it's a one-sided thing.
No, of course
it's
not.
definitely a two-sided thing, and I think it's our generation starting to wake up about it, really.
You said something very, very interesting a few weeks ago, actually, that I wanted to bring up. You said that, I've got to try and remember what it was. Someone said that they want rights for all women. They want it to work for all women. And they cannot speak on that as they don't know what that means for, Muslim women. And obviously that would include disabled women and obviously gay women and stuff. I liked that because it got me thinking, and I think feminism needs to be considered interdisciplinary. It needs to be considered a mix of obviously ecological changes, obviously it's all gender, sort of disability studies, race theory, stuff like that. It has to be everything has to be considered.
100%.
For feminism to be possible for everyone, because obviously the way people can say, you know, that they're not a feminism because it doesn't fit within, you know, Western feminism doesn't fit within what they believe in. There should be a way for every woman to feel comfortable saying what they believe and being able to call it what they want. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's why, because I know this is a really negative thing to go off, but I genuinely don't think that equality will be found in this country or in the West ever.
I don't think, no.
You never get, and I mean, maybe this is a bit of a bold statement, but in the Middle East, women are treated, in specific countries, obviously not all countries are like this, but in the bigger Middle East countries, women are treated so, like, they're just treated like good and they're protected, and there's women-only gyms in Dubai and women-only beaches, the whole area for them.
Like, even in history, like back in the day, back in the ages, women, when they were getting arranged marriages, always used to get found a man who had money, who had status, who would be able to provide, who had a house and a business, and be able to stabilise that woman so she's able to do that, to do what she wants.
Right. Just to link to this point, maybe this is going off a tangent, but it's linking to feminism. I just feel now, because of this feminist movement, right, I feel like a lot of people just now think that women can do everything now.
That's
women can work so they can provide for themselves. And I saw a study the other day, literally on Instagram, saying women are perfectly fine without a man. It's the men who need women more now. And back in the day, it was the other way around.
It's like we marry ourselves. Like, we are our partners. And I remember my dad said to me once that there's a theory that men do everything with women in mind. So there is a theory that the whole psychology of a man is to do with women. So, like, you know, the opinions they give about women's bodies, that's to attack women because, you know, to show what they want from a woman.
That makes sense.
The whole, like, gym thing that started happening, when I found that when, you know, the whole Andrew Tate thing happened, men started feeling, we're getting back into it, like, we're gaining all of this, like, importance back. So many men turned into, like, you got the term gym rats that came back. Like, even when they screw women over and they're like, I'm not ready for a relationship, isn't that for
your benefit?
Yeah, that's for our benefit, and it's for the benefit of what other women he's talking to. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is a very good theory about it, and I won't get into it, but
that is actually such a good point. Like, I just feel like women now, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, because I feel like a lot of men and a lot of just people in general are so... they're a lot harsher on women. It's that you're a woman now, so yes, you've been out 9 to 5 working, but still get in the kitchen and wash up. It's like we don't have one role anymore. We have every single role. Men are men, but women, they're women, they're men, they're providers, they're protectors.
Do you know what the issue is? It's because I read a study. Men's biological clock resets after 24 hours and women's resets after 28 days, on average, obviously. But men have made the world for men. That's why women can't be like men. We can never have the same like equality, like true equality, because we're not men. Our biological clocks do not work according to that. So that's why I think that I get really pissed off with feminists who say that kind of shit. Like, oh no, we can be men, we can do anything. No, we fucking can't.
One thing I found with the whole complicated feminist thing is, one thing that gives me peace is living by Sonder. So living with the idea that everyone has a life just as complicated as yours. So I consider everyone. I feel I don't like the word empath, but I'm a very empathetic person. I like to try and feel other people's lives. It's really weird. Yeah. And I'm quite spiritual, and that's how I live. And I try and stay away from labels, especially disciplinary labels like that. So just to live and consider everyone as human and consider everyone as people.
Beautiful thought.
Well, I'm a very nurturing person. Like, when I met my partner, it was all about making him feel like he could be emotionally vulnerable and to release the trauma he had and make him feel safe. And I try and do that with all of my friends. I try and be an open space to everyone and love everyone, just because not a lot of people, you forget the lack of people that experience proper love from, like, obviously, like, parents or friends or partners. So to give love out into the world, that's what I believe in. I believe in just considering everyone and nurturing everyone and loving everyone.
That is a beautiful thought. Right, so Donald Trump then, what are you saying about him and feminism? Is he going to do anything to it? Is he going to change it?
No.
Is he going to make it worse?
No, he's not.
I think, personally, I think that he doesn't have any goals to do anything. I think he has his opinions, but he's a lot more focused on all the other shit things he's going to do.
See, I just think this is I've heard, obviously, because we don't live in America, American news isn't really portrayed on our news unless it was like the day of the election and you watched the live results.
Oh, I did.
Or you'll go on Instagram and it'll be like, it'll talk about like the poll or the election, and then you've got loads of angry Americans underneath talking about it. So all I've heard is that he's very anti-feminist.
He is, yeah.
He wants to ban abortion, which I just think is actually horrendous.
Oh yeah, completely.
Whether I believe in it or not, there are times when a woman needs an abortion. Yeah. God forbid someone got raped.
Well, I've heard so many teens
you can't
dying
just ban
left, right,
something
and
like that.
because of like babies
and like the
inside
pill,
of them.
right?
Yeah.
Again, the pill. People need it for like acne and stuff. They don't just need it to stop having
it's
children.
Like for literal health issues. I'm sorry, we've got a uterus, mate. Like,
exactly.
Also, they're not 100% effective, and like this is very much like, it's getting a bit deep here, but the pain of being on a contraceptive that like fucks you up and then getting pregnant and then possibly losing it is so like horrendous. That like, I've been there and it's horrible. It is like gut-wrenching. I think so Kamala Harris, she was completely glorified in the media, and I think that is sickening. She comes from a Democratic Party that makes money off of war.
That's not
right.
It's
this is what I was confused about, because I've got online American friends, right, and they were saying we voted for Camilla, and I was like, I've heard that she's a one racist cow.
She is. She's a war criminal. She's a racist. She literally put
and do you know what,
poisoned black people for no reason. She's helped.
Do you know what they said
people
to me?
Back to their countries.
She was like, she's half Indian or she's half black or something, and
So,
I was like,
anything.
I could be. I'm 100% Pakistani. I could be racist still. It doesn't matter what race you are. You as a person can be racist. So it's like, stop using that as an excuse to defend her.
She's disgusting. She's a disgusting person. Honestly, if I was American, I wouldn't vote for either. I just straight up wouldn't vote because you're voting for either a flipping racist felon or you'd vote for a racist war criminal. There's no winning.
All I know is about Donald Trump, though, what I will say is he's using religion in a very thwarted, disgusting way. Yeah. He's basically saying he's Christian, but then he's doing all these things to women and like against women.
It's not very godly, is it, love?
And it's like it's got nothing on Christianity at all. Christianity is a beautiful religion, but he's using it in a very, very thwarted, like horrendous
I personally
way.
wouldn't think that's a very Christian thing to do, and I'm not Christian.
It's not, but he's using that as his excuse. I'm a strong Christian man. Well, obviously you're not then.
You know what he said about the eating dogs and cats? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He said that people hate it.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I read an article, don't know whether I trust it, but it's like his second in command, JD Vance, who not a very nice guy, let's be honest. He said that he encourages Donald Trump to just make things up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Also, another thing is, so Kamala Harris, warmonger. I mean, look at Joe Biden. It's just a massive issue. But Donald Trump now, he got the majority in the Senate, which means he can pass any law he wants. And his wife has come out and said, I don't support his abortion opinions, and written a book about it. He is gunning for abortion. He isn't gunning to shoot down feminism. He's just gunning for abortion because he's Republican, he's Christian.
Yeah.
He's,
He's got those
painted red, you know what I mean? Like the Doja Cat album. But, yeah, I watched the election. I think he got 270 and she got 240.
Yeah.
So that's about over 50 million, and then she got just under 50 million.
And I think this feminist thing as well with him is very staged because, again, you don't know what's true and what's not.
Oh, yeah,
you physically
completely.
don't know what's true. So I can understand the fear of women in that country now.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Maybe, obviously, we're on the other side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in that country they know some stuff that it's very set in stone. Like, they've had talks, they've had shows or, like, news in the morning where, you physically know what's going on because obviously it's their country. Yeah. But I'm sat here and I'm just like, it's just confusing for everyone. And I don't think he'll change feminism to make it better. I mean, he's taken away the contraceptive. He's banned abortion. So it's like, well,
couldn't live in America.
It's not benefiting women, is it? No. So I don't think he's benefiting women in any way possible, really. So basically, feminism, we just need to understand
other people
before we apply the label to every single woman or every single man. Yeah. And basically, at the end of the day, just talk to people, man. Just ask questions. Yeah. Just talk to them. Just ask them why they are or they are not.
Be open-minded. Consider people as humans just the way you are.
Yeah, and before you start putting your 2p in the pot, ask them and just think before you speak. Why might they do this or why might they not do this?
Listen before you push your opinion on someone.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, don't follow every single celebrity because
don't
listen
to the news as well.
Just listen to music and relax.
Yeah. And just be yourself, man. You don't need to be a label, for God's sake. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Listen to like Boy Genius or Phoebe Bridgers. They're very big for Palestine.
Yeah, exactly.
Slay.
Should we say bye, guys?
Yeah. Okay, that's us.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys. See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Keep yapping.
Make sure to like and subscribe.